subject is all about. It's a spin doctor to explain why the great symbols of power, like the Star of David, came into the West.
Yeah.
When we find a Star of David on every seat in the Congress, when we find a fasci, an ancient symbol,
Yeah.
on the back of the Congress room, when we find a Star of David, no less, above a eagle,
Then we should begin to react. We should notice, what's going on.
Notice it.
Yeah.
You have to find out. Ask one simple question: why is it that the American Stars and Stripes is shown as a shield in front of the eagle, which is the symbol of Aton, the symbol of Akhenaton? Because the Akhenaton, the very word, means the eagle and the eye, by the way, as we said on the previous show. Now,
Michael, just let me break it. We got about 5 minutes left here, and I want to mention because if we don't get anyone who call in today with the correct answer, we have a lot of listeners I know that are listening through the archives and are downloading this show, and I just want to mention that we will continue the contest that we begin here today, and you can simply mail me, send me a mail with the answer, and the first one that we receive with a correct answer, will win. So simply mail to me at radio@redicecreations.com. Again, that's radio@redicecreations.com, and you'll still have the chance to win a DVD. So, Michael, why don't you go ahead and ask the question one more time for those who might have missed it?
okay, yeah, the question is simply to tell us who the mother of Nefertiti is. Queen Nefertiti, the wife of Akhenaton. She had a mother, and we want to know her name.
Yeah.
That information is on my website. It's not that hard to find out, and that'll be great if people can, later on at the archive, the contest will be ongoing.
Yeah, it will. Of course, it will be ongoing. So,
address.
Yeah. Of course, we have about 3 minutes left, but, I'm sorry to cut you off there, but where were we?
Well, I'd like to finish with something really important, which is thematic in nature. And it involves, you see, what we have to realize, first of all, is that not only are there many translations of every passage of the Bible, but the Bible was presented to the human race for the first time around the time of Henry VII in the 16th century.
Yeah.
So we're already talking about something that they say is 2,000 years old, but yet it was put in front of people very recently. And then when the first Bibles were put out there, they were chained to the altars so that no layman could ever examine them. First of all, you couldn't read Latin, so it was pointless. But anybody who even could read Latin, they couldn't take the Bible away from the altar because they were chained to the altars.
Yeah.
And when we realize that these religions, I don't care if it's Protestant or Catholicism or Islam or any other of the famous religions of the world, these have an origin. The secret societies have an origin, and that origin is Akhenaton and the 18th dynasty pharaohs of Egypt. These are the people who created the first solar church. You see, the natural order doesn't have a beginning. It doesn't have a date of birth, but God does. We create God.
Yeah.
God has a date of birth. You can actually go to temples in Egypt where they created God.
Oh, do we have a caller?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, hello, hi. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Sweden, Västerås. This is Tsarion Dramatis.
Ah, hello, hi. How are you doing? Yeah, great. Can you hear him, Michael?
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah, okay, great. Great that you called in, Petri.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Do you have an answer?
Yes, my answer is Great Royal Wife Citamon.
Yep, he's right.
He's right. We have a winner. Congratulations.
We have a winner.
Yeah.
That's good, because I think I only mentioned that once or twice in the writing, so that's a well done to find that out. Citamon, the Great Royal Wife. And, of course, we'll be talking about her later on in the show, the importance of this particular personality. So well done.
Well done. Great. And, Peter, did you leave your address to Don?
Yes, I will mail my address.
Yeah, you can mail. Sure. We have been corresponding before, so please go ahead. Perfect. Okay, Peter, do you like to ask Michael something before we end here?
No, I will just keep on listening.
Keep on listening, of course. Sure, man. Thanks for calling.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's great. I'm sure. I hope that Frederick, you enjoy the DVD.
Yeah. Of course, I will.
Definitely would like to say that the thing with these religions and the cult of God that these people have created, does date from Akhenaton and from the Egyptian temples. And the idea to realize is this is what I have another personal peeve against, is that when you create a religion and you create an idea of God being this very removed and isolated, you see, and distant force, then don't you already immediately then say that now you need a mediator between you and that force?
Yeah.
So this is also an important understanding, that when we're looking into the origins of secret societies, we're looking into the origins of religion.
Yeah.
Religion and politics and secret societies are connected with this one philosophical idea.
Yeah.
Which is,
Michael, I have to cut you off. I'm sorry, but we have to continue this next week. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this has been great, and I'm looking forward to the part 2 of this. So I mean, thank you so much for.
Fine. Thank you, Henrik, for your time, and we'll do it again.
We will, and everybody listening, tune in live next Thursday, because we will have giving out a second DVD, and we'll have a new contest for you, and it's going to be great to continue this. So. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, everybody, for listening. And this has been Red Ice Radio. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.